It's been highly requested. We're back and we got an addition to the team. All right. But we had to do a little rebranding. Of course, the NBA 2K crossover with my guy Jay and All City. Introduce yourself, my G's.
Bro, why everything that you do, you gotta act like it's the most epic thing ever? Like it don't
Because
matter.
it
I'm
is.
going. Okay, I'm going to get some water. I'll be back. Like, bro, everything you do is the most epic thing ever, man. I think that's why the videos be doing so good because they feeling like they're a part of an experience. So I can't get mad at it because it draws you in. So it's working clearly, but it's like everything.
I'm already
so
regretting my decision here, man.
I'm gonna breathe some air right now. I'm gonna take a now. But anyway, y'all know who I am, man. You can't watch brute videos without seeing me running around in the background, standing in the corner. I'm that guy in the corner that don't never miss. Or is that Gambit? It might be Gambit, but not this year though. He missing a little bit. He's back though, but I'm the guy in the corner that plays defense and get carried by brute every game, man. That's me, Jay-Z, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ. Though I have not been to the barbershop in like 6 years, but
still look clean. What's good, y'all, man? And you already know, All City here. We finna get it popping, the 2K crossover. It's on you, Brute.
Done know. So we got some hot topics to discuss, of course. And I want your opinion. We're going to start off with City, man, because I know you got a lot to say about this. The shooting changes. What's your opinion? We got to talk about this, man, because Mike Wayne, he said pretty much there is no RNG in there. None. But I know you got a different opinion, a different stance, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Woo, do we got so much to talk about with shooting, man. I think the folks that were tuned into the live stream knew, Mike Wang did say there is no RNG, right? And it's all skill-based. So we were going over the numbers and everything. And from what we found out from the good folks over at 2K Lab was that we currently in 2K24 have a 30 millisecond green window for 2K24. In 2K23, it was 49 milliseconds.
Yeah, remember we spoke about that. I told y'all by how much we were playing, I felt like the green window was way smaller for real. You see, so
that's not all. That's not all.
Lab actually put out that. What did they put out yesterday? They put out that bell curve graphic, and I was saying, I was like, that green window is almost cut in half. Like if you understand how to look at the bell curve, it looks like it's about the same. I was like, no, that's almost half. But continue.
Yeah, but that's not all, because now not only is it smaller, it's much later. So last year was at 501 milliseconds where the start of your green window will begin, and this year is at 605 milliseconds where your start of your green window begins. So now we take all the information we got from Mike Wang yesterday, where he said he's tuning your green window so that we could get more realistic shooting percentages. Now, I ask y'all one thing. What do you consider tuning your green window if they're trying to bring shooting percentages down from what we're accustomed to as 2K players? What would you consider the word tuning?
I feel like they flat out moved mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and Brute was using the same base. Everything was fine. Didn't miss over the weekend. Monday patch drop. Boom. Both of us changed the base. We're like, can't use it anymore. It's completely broken. And we were both on set point though. I've seen some people say that they're on push, and I actually changed to push. I was labbing push earlier today. I seen Fancy. He's not missing at all. He said he changed to release. I can't go that late, but I did go to push and just watch my hands. And it is while set point is easier timing, push is far more consistent. So it's almost like how it was last year. It seems like where I don't know what it was. Very early was an easy timing, but you would miss a lot when shots that you felt like you just shouldn't be missing. And then so we moved to early, but this year it feels like that set point is the one that's very inconsistent, and push and release are far more consistent, because I watched Anonymous shoot and I know he's on very late, and I think Jared's twin, he's on very, very late or whatever. And both of those guys are very consistent. But I just can't go that late. I have to be on push. But push does seem to be far more consistent.
Really? With me, well, someone got a theory. One of my supporters, they said the problem is they probably put those thresholds a little bit too close to each other. So they said, and I think so as well, man. I ain't gonna front with you. I've been testing out a lot of these different jump shot timings, and it's annoying.
Right.
It's annoying. Last year it wasn't as annoying. This year it's really annoying because the room for error is so small once you switch it around, once you keep moving it around. And I have to go with them on that theory. I think they probably did some miscalculation in terms of where they're setting those points at, to be honest with you.
Because last year, I don't know how many milliseconds apart, but let's say if it was 30 milliseconds or 50 milliseconds apart last year, it's like 15. Like they're really close. And so like last year it was here, then here, then here, and then when it's going. And now when they showed the video, I think it might have been a brute video when he showed it. It was like everything looked like it was right at the head almost.
Barely in distance between them. So I think that's part of the problem as well.
Right.
To be honest.
But my biggest question is, they said there was no RNG in it, but how can you hold the percentages down with there being no RNG element? Because that would mean that if you just make the green window smaller, we will all adapt, we will all adjust, and I'm going to be able to hit it every time almost if there's a pure green window. I can figure that out, right? From 50 milliseconds down to 30, I could probably hit that still almost every time because we got some people that are shooting high percentages. But then when you're wide open and you get that one thing, I hit that right, and then you just still miss. And they're saying that there's no RNG element. I feel like there's more of an RNG element this year than any other year. Now you can hit, you can be consistent. But I'm seeing even guys that play the game 24/7, Bullet, Quavo, some of the best shooters out there, and you'll see them even though their shot progress, their percentages, they'll get to 50% by the end of the game or 70%. But when it starts, you'll see 13, 12, and then they'll start hitting, and then they're fine.
I have a theory of what's going on because Mike Wang did say he's tuning your green window, and that's the variable he's choosing to use to determine how to lower field goal percentages.
Yeah. Right.
So in my opinion, if he's tuning the green window, I imagine that's shrinking the green window, so it's harder to hit the middle make. Now remember, keep in mind, y'all, that within your green window, you have percentages.
Yes,
so there's a middle make, there's early, which dropped down like a good 40% from what I understand. Yeah,
definitely did.
So you have early percentages, middle make, and then you have late percentages. Now we're working already with a smaller green window, right? 30 milliseconds compared to last year. If Mike Wang is tuning that, then he's making it even smaller, which means what? 20 milliseconds you're trying to hit? So now within 20 milliseconds, you have an early percentage, a middle make percentage, and a late percentage. What we got here? Who's hitting that middle make?
If you're not hitting it right at 10, you're not going to make it.
One more thing to add to that, just so we could continue to elaborate on this topic. Your target millisecond mark for a green window has now moved.
Yeah.
So within 30 milliseconds, you have a target millisecond to hit a green. When they shrink it, that new target gets moved over. Imagine a timeline. It's going to slide over and you got a new target. And we don't know if it's going to gradually slide over as your percentages, or is it static and it's going to go from one set to another.
So is he actively tuning? Is he actively tuning, or is it just tuned and it's just there? Or is it every patch or every time we see update required, it might have moved over a tick?
This is why I'm annoyed at these things. Because I don't like all these numbers. I don't care about none of these. I like it simple. Okay? Right. I hate all this conversation about milliseconds and all that shit. I'm there to play basketball, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Imagine paying to go to math class. Like,
I hate all of that.
I mean, we went to college. I mean, we did pay to go to math class.
We're expecting entertainment. We're expecting entertainment, and now we got to go to math class.
Why making it so complicated? Why doing all this stuff for people to shoot? Like, for real. Like, last year was so much more simple. And all we know was, okay, based on wherever, you get variable time. All right. But at least you know where the cue is all the time.
And I know I'm one of the people that I'm an early shooter, so like I'm ahead of the green. And so with that graph, that definitely showed why I was missing more than I felt like I should have been. I'm an early green window person.
Yeah.
So let's say if it's 30 milliseconds, I'm letting go around 10 milliseconds or so.
Yeah,
As soon as I'm one of the people that release at the head of the green window instead of the middle of the green window, and that would work for me all last year. And when I saw that graph yesterday, and you just pointed it out, that really brought it home.
You'll believe I saw the graph. And I just look past the graph because I hate all that technical stuff. I know y'all are more numbers people, especially and Jay's he's a technical guy, so I know. But for someone like me, I'm like, bro, I don't want to see this. How I do it, I find a good jump shot, locate the cue within the jump shot animation, and that's what I go for. That's why I'm a decent, really good shooter every year. But now you literally have to look at these numbers and study this stuff.
Yep.
I ain't got all that time, bro.
Nobody got that time.
Come on,
ain't nobody got that time.
Come on,
and
man.
It's frustrating. It's discouraging because even if you master, so you go to the lab. Most players, they're trying to practice.
Yes.
They try to find that cue, like y'all said.
Correct.
They go to the lab. They practice. What's green one game is not going to be the same target green marker of the very next game,
or even or even where you practice. Because when you go and practice somewhere, then you go into the rec, there's a slight delay now. They're throwing off what you practice.
Right.
So the cue, what you learned is off. So does it make sense even practice?
And we know that the shots are, and this is just my opinion, the shot timing appears to be significantly quicker in the rec than it is in the park.
Right.
I don't know if that's because of the like the lag in the park or the latency. We hadn't even gotten into the latency yet. The fact that when you're in Rise, you can see what happens in Rise. You can see literally everything around you, people on 3 courts behind you, and that's what's making everything lag. It's kind of like 2K18 was. But when you go downstairs, and I know that has to be the case because when you go down, there's a bowl in Rise that you can play in, and that doesn't happen because you can only see the walls. And then there's the underground court in Rise that you can play in, and you don't lag because you can only see the walls. But when you play up top, it's like I'm looking around like there are 2 courts here, there are 2 courts over there, and every time you go up and down the court, and then there's water that's moving also.
What's the problem?
That we can see while it's playing.
I see the problem. Why you in Rise in the first place? You deserve that. You deserve that. Who tell you to go Rise? I know who tell you. Who tell you to go Rise? I've been playing Elite. No delay, no complaints. Y'all Rise people, ain't nobody care about y'all problems. Ain't nobody said y'all did. Y'all had a choice.
Hey, listen,
go
man.
Rise, get delayed and lag, or go Elite and play good and smooth. You chose Rise, now you're complaining. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm sorry.
They need to put that.
Mike Wayne, put your efforts towards something else. Let them.
We need to bring Shake back into the recording studio then, and let him put that as one of the things on Rise up there that says, "But be warned, you will lag."
You should have known. You should have known. Y'all want this amazing background and all type of big statues and shit. What you expect? Water flowing. What you expect? You ain't come on, my G, man. You gotta take it, man. And all right. We gonna continue this 2K doing too much theme. We gotta talk about the badge regression. We gotta talk about the badge regression, man. All right, Jay, we gonna start off with you right now. We gonna start with you. You like you want to talk. You look like you upset. I don't know. You might like it. I don't know. What's your opinion on the badge regression?
Let me take my hair down for this one here, man. Listen. As one of the only people on the planet that likes the badge regression,
oh my God,
and progression in the badge system this year, I think that this is one of the greatest things that 2K has ever done. As head of the Corner Sitters Association, I get to have all the badges right off the bat, and I can only go up from there. And guess what? I don't use posterizer. I don't care if it regresses. I don't use. What else I don't use? I don't use a flotation device.
Wow.
Don't care if that regresses. The things that I do use though, relay passer, touch passer, 94 feet because I just play defense, and all of my shooting badges, they stay top tier. Why? Because I play with some of the best point. Hold on. Because I play with, as somebody said in the chat, the best all-around point guard in the game that hits me when I'm open, and I get butt naked looks.
Well,
and all I do is just knock. I just knock down shots
That's some
all
facts.
day.
That's some facts right there. That's some
So
facts
if you're
right there.
if you're a role player, it doesn't matter as much because the things that fluctuate, they're very minute to me. It doesn't bother me at all. But the things that I would never have gotten, like posterized, I actually have that this year. You know, I have those badges this year, and they're on bronze, and they came on bronze from the beginning. I didn't even have to earn them. I just had them. So yeah, to me, it's a W because you got all the badges. Everything's good. And guess what? When I go play Rick, don't have to fumble around and move around badges. When we're in the park, don't have to go move around badges. When I go to play theater and get sold by randoms, don't have to move around badges. They're all there. They're always on. Everything that I have is always there. Now, if I lose it, I just go to my career. It's all good, man. But I like it. I like this system.
All right, man. I try to hear that shit. I try to hear all this down. Y'all good. Oh, City, please don't tell me you're on J side, man. City, come on.
You know I'm finna balance this out.
Please.
Hey, for me, going no money spent, if you guys don't know, I am going a no money spent complete annual cycle. So right now I'm at a 67 overall. I have not one silver badge out there yet. Not even a silver badge upgrade as of yet.
Salute.
It's a tough grind. So what I mean to say, as a player, I'm not feeling the effects of badge regression. Right. Or, for that matter, badge progression, because I'm not progressing.
You're just crawling your way.
So there are some underlying predatory things behind the badge regression and progression system that I really dislike. And for those offline players, they're more inclined to spend less money throughout the year in microtransactions. Well, with the badge progression and regression system, you're going to be seeking out things like floor setters, which are only in your seasons, which brings offline players online. And if they get you online, they get their hooks into you, and you're more inclined to spend money on microtransactions.
You're going to hit their pockets already.
Hitting the pockets already. Well, 2K does it from every aspect, so I figured I might as well add it.
Okay.
So those are my thoughts on the badge progression regression system. I haven't felt the full impact of it because my player is not upgraded. I might have to revisit that later on down the line.
All right. What you're saying is you're on my side with it, City. I appreciate your support, my G. 2 against 1, Mr. Sims. Brute. Can I call you Mr. Sims?
But someone here got to speak the truth, okay? All right, someone have to. Okay, I'm tired of Jay Easy, and I understand, City. I won't give him a pass on this one, all right? But someone has to speak the truth. I hate it. It's trash. Let me tell you why it's trash. Now I want to tell y'all why it's trash. Right now, I got a few bills, of course. Now it really makes no sense. You really look at the badges at all. I spent an entire day maxing out my badges. The next day I came, they were gone. They were gone all the way to bronze. I'm like, what? What's this? I got a bill, a point guard, of course. He could get his post scoring is up there because it's the only way for me to get gold unpluckable, of course. Now I use my post moves, but I don't use this as much. It's impossible, damn near impossible to get it past silver unless I play pure post. I hate it. I hate the system. I'm sorry. If y'all don't agree with me, I don't care. I still hate it. Okay, I'm going to hit it tomorrow. I'll wake up the day after. I'm going to hate it. If you don't like it, I probably don't like you either. I'm sorry. I hate the whole system. It's just them doing too much, in my opinion. I understand this saying, they don't want to make bills overpowered or whatever. I prefer the restricted badges so at least I know what I'm getting outright. Don't show me all the badges on bronze and then, they're pretty much useless. Like, come on. I'm sorry.
I definitely see that. Because when I go to my career, open looks just goes away. Because you're not getting any open looks in my career. Okay. That badge is done. It's cooked. It's over with.
And so you mentioned that, like, for real, like, if you go to my career to even grind badges, you will lose a lot of important badges.
Ain't that some?
Yeah. That is the case. That's why I try to concentrate only on the badges that I know that I'm going to use the most and need. See, I feel like that's what the system was designed to do, and it's hard because you can't give me everything
Jay, guess who don't care,
or
Jay?
give me things on one side and then take them away.
Jay, guess who don't care? You wouldn't care about all this logic and sense you're talking right now. Just who don't care. Just guess.
That's how it's designed to be. You're not supposed to be able to keep them all up. And I think that we have to detach ourselves away from that.
I don't want them all up. I just need the ones I want. You could get rid of a lot of them I don't need, to be honest with you.
Right.
But I want to have my post scoring at Hall of Fame for me to bully that little point guard, okay? Because I have the attributes to unlock the badge. I'm sorry, I just do. But I don't want.
But I mean,
I don't want to have to post
setters.
every time in the game so I could keep my badge up.
But you see, exactly what you're saying is exactly where floor setters comes into play, and there's the gimmick. There's the gimmick behind the badge progression regression system. Is they're saying if your play style commands a certain particular badge popping off, right? Then you're going to keep that badge at a high level because you're consistently popping the badge off. But for the other badges that you kind of lose because maybe you grind a different way or something like that.
You have to play a different way. Like for me, like if I play with different people, I might adjust my play style.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's where floor setters comes in. So if you have to adjust, you can keep this badge at that gold level.
Yeah.
And you could only get that floor setter in the season.
But the catch with floor setter is this. The catch with floor setter is this too. You could only use it once. Once you use it on the badge, it's permanent. So I can't adjust based on everyone. I play with people in my stream all the time. I just, okay, come and play. So I'll have to adjust, right? Somewhat, right?
Right.
So I can't always change my floor setters. It's not possible.
Right.
So I'm going to end up losing some badges.
Well, by the end of the year, you will have 18. So there's going to be 9 silver and 9 gold. But that's going to be sprinkled throughout the seasons, throughout the 9 seasons. I imagine 2 for each season, bringing you to a total of 18. So you
basically telling me I'm going to have to suffer for most of the year?
That's what they basically trying to say,
Yeah. I don't like badge system. No, it is what it is. It's just not going to change my mind.
Too much. It's doing the most. You know, from when I look at the most fun times I had on 2K, you know, when you bring it back to 2K20, 2K17, 16, 19 even, it wasn't complicated, man. The last thing it was complicated. Right. You just went out there, you had fun. I was primarily a park player. You knew by the end of your day, you lost track of time. You didn't even realize 10 hours had passed. You know, you was on the game. It wasn't as complicated. They're just doing the most, man.
I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah. And
that's why I said my position from the perspective of corner sitter of the year, not a point guard or anybody that has to get involved. I know what badges I'm going to be using. I got my player. And if to me, I was like, I got all these ancillary badges that'll be there for me should I need them. But they're on bronze and probably locked on bronze anyway. But for me, it's great because I get extra stuff. But also, like the stuff that I'm going to use, it's going to be there all the way. Go catch and shoot, go Claymore, go all this stuff. It's going to be there for me all year. 94 feet, I'm pressing, you know, every time. And then you get a little buffer also. So if you do max it out and then max that buffer out, I don't know how many games you can go before it's gonna wear off.
Buffer? What buffer?
Yeah, you get a buffer. So when you get it, so like let's say if it caps out at gold, then you can get it.
They might have patched it recently. I saw they post something that they patched it recently, but there was no buffer, bro. I'm talking about I maxed out, work hard to max out my badges. By the next day, it was gone, bro. Like I'm scared to go in the corner and stand now because you know I like 94 feet. I love that badge. But I'm scared to go in the corner.
I did it all
a few games. So. I might lose that month. I might.
Right. I have to do a mind on because you know I was in the corner all day yesterday when somebody else was playing up top. So I don't know how much regression I got. I probably went down the whole thing, but at the same time,
you had in Hall of Fame?
I was playing. Yeah, I probably was on Hall of Fame.
You allowed. The max I get is gold. I want to keep my gold. I know I work hard for that.
Are y'all seeing differences like in your gameplay when these badges regress?
Yeah,
are y'all seeing noticeable differences?
Yes, the lower that badge is, the lowest, because your attributes are already up there, right? But for me as a point guard, my attribute is not as high, so the badge definitely helps me get more bumps full court, the press, right? So I'm seeing
and that's
the difference.
What I'm saying. It's about perspective, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep saying it's about perspective for me because. Like I said, I have to go back there because I think I had it on Hall of Fame maxed out, like past the Hall of Fame level. And so I
Exactly.
have
So
to
you're gonna have
I have to
you
tell
have a nice
you,
buffer there at
yeah,
least. Yeah.
right. I have to let you know what it did, because like I said, I didn't play any top yesterday, and
Yeah.
I don't know what that badge did. But I mean, I was setting screens when I went and played. What was I playing yesterday? I was playing with my buddy Breezy last night, and we went and played twos, and I'm setting screens, and I was getting mad progression on my brick wall. So that,
Yeah.
like I said, and
I
didn't
don't
even have
like
to
it.
think about it, didn't have to switch it up and put it on
I don't like
anything. I
it.
was just able to go over there
Because
and got my progression.
I
So,
like it so
you know,
because let's say you have defensive badges, right? A
yeah,
few games they put you and you just not pressing as much, you're gonna like
you're
you shouldn't
definitely
be
losing it.
punished for
Yeah,
that.
You lose it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be punished for that.
right.
But
'Cause-
it is what it is. You can't have everything your way. You know, I'm gonna play with whatever system in place and still be good at it, but I still hate it though. All right.
right.
Whoever watched this
Hey,
know that Brood hate it. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And we gonna move on now to we gotta talk about the seasons, man. We gotta talk about the seasons. Whew. I'm starting with City now. All right. The seasons. As someone you took a stand this year, strong stand. And I ain't gonna lie, that's hard as a content creator. I can't do it, bro. I
It's
can't
hard.
do
very
it.
difficult.
A lot of my content rely on me spending some money. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay.
You know, one of the hardest things so far is wearing 2K sneakers. Why? What are those? Why are we still in gray and white 2K sneakers?
I'm
It's
still in it,
so
I ain't gonna lie.
unnatural, bro.
I'm still
It
in it.
messes up my game. I think that's why I'm missing all my shots.
It must be the shoes.
Yo,
As
it's
a
the shoes, bro.
as a player that wears 2K sneakers all year, every year, the 2K Bobos are the official brand of Jay Easy and the Gym Stars. I feel a small bit offended, and everybody knows me knows that those are the only shoes I wear all year,
Oh,
It's
every
just it's
year.
hard. It's like one
thanks.
second they're hella bright, next second they're hella dull.
Yo.
It really throws me off. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, you know, I'm I feel fortunate that I took this stand this year, especially you know, we are like in regards to seasons. So I want to bring one thing up in particular, and the folks that follow me on the live streams know that I talk about this quite often. You know, I like the idea that the community has premium rewards to choose from as an option to purchase these seasons.
Yeah.
I like that idea. But from the business side of things, which I don't want to get too deep into numbers and overcomplicate this issue, the business side of things is that in 2K22, the Take-Two top execs made 30 million, two of them. In 2K23, those same two people doubled their bonus to 70 million. Here we go. Right. We found out, by the way, we ended up finding out that the cost per build is going to be very similar to last year. So that's a plus for 2K. But add on to that the season cost. So if they doubled their bonuses from 2K22 to 2K23, I imagine they're going to triple that with these seasons and level skips. And content creators have already led the way with skipping levels out there. And that, of course, encouraged a lot of you viewers to skip levels, get that mascot, get that floor setter. Do you see the trend here with seasons? So it's one side of me that likes it for the community. They could get their rewards ASAP, pull up in a mascot ASAP. It undervalues the mascot in itself, but so be it. Seasons in general, I have mixed feelings because some folks may like it. Some folks don't want to grind. They work 9 to 5, maybe 40 to 60 hours a week. They just want to get out there and get their due for entertainment. But on the flip side of that, the business side, which I normally focus on, I just don't like what it's doing for the gaming industry as a whole, let alone the 2K community. Because if 2K gets their hands into something like this, they're going to prove to be successful. And of course, smaller companies coming up, smaller developers coming up are going to practice the same formula to success. And that means that your kids are going to be asking you for that additional $100 just to play the game that they like after you done gave them the money for the unit sale. That's where I stand on it.
All right. Jay. Jay.
As the president of the Atlanta Hawks Fan Club Association and us getting the Atlanta Hawks mascot in the very first
Pause.
season.
Wait, pause. How much things you're president of? I just need to know. You got a lot.
I'm also standing president of the
He couldn't wink that one. He couldn't wink that one.
I was gonna say of the All City and Brute Squad fan clubs. So if y'all want y'all fan clubs to continue to be lucrative, you know, you might want to get up off you. But no, seriously, I am the Atlanta Hawks fan club fan, top super fan. So we're getting Harry the Hawk first season, and I don't have to wear anything else. I don't get to get picked on about the 2K Bobos anymore because I'm choosing Harry the Hawk as soon as I can, and it's free. Okay, it's the free season. I got no problem with the free season pass. The things that are up top, everything up there is garbage. Nothing up there makes me want to buy it. But, and I have a big, this is a big one. I feel like they're just looking at it to see how it goes. They just want to numb you to the thought process of buying it. And once we get numb to the thought process of buying it, you're going to see stuff up there like permanent boost. You're going to see permanent arm, like +1 arm sleeves. And it's going to be things up there that enhance gameplay to the point that you don't have a choice but to buy it if you like to be competitive in this game. You know, extra badge points might be up there, something like that. Let's say if they go back to the badge point system, the floor setters might be up there. They might put 3 floor setters up there one time. The only way you can get Hall of Fame floor setters is to buy the Hall of Fame pass and be like, what? Wait, so now I gotta buy the pass because that's something that I'm actually interested in, or I gotta go in my career and grind it. And this is the thing that you were saying, the reason that it's kind of predatory with the floor setters, because if I go in there and grind something to try to get it back up, I'm inevitably going to lose something else. So now I need the floor setters so I can concentrate solely on grinding this way. So let's say if I go get posterizer, right, I'm gonna have to dunk. I'm gonna lose my shooting badges. But when I get posterizer, I would put that on the highest level that it could be, and then I can go back and grind my shooting badges with impunity. But I feel like that's something that's coming, that's on the way, and we got to stay mindful of it. And
thank you for saying
I'm not going to buy that pass unless it's some super duper fire up there. I don't know what's going to be up there they can put up there to make me buy it. But as you stated, a lot of the content creators that I heard in these spaces saying, I'm not buying it, I'm not doing it, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then day one, boom, bought their way to 40. We already knew it was going to happen because people, your content creator, people want to see this stuff. And that's what they do in the Apex community and other communities. But still, it's just like we were getting ready to set an example. And then it was like, you saw the piece of candy, and just abandoned all. We just threw all caution to the wind and said, I'm abandoning ship. So I'm okay with seasons where they are, but I don't like where they have the potential to go. And this is 2K, so we already know what's going to happen if it does.
Thank you.
Yes. I ain't gonna front with y'all. I really don't care. I do not care. This is why I don't care. Years ago, I was one of the only ones who, Jay, you know, we never used to pay for nothing, right? No, you know what the 2K community used to call me all city? I'm not lying to you. Used to call me cheap and broke. I was like, bro, it doesn't make no sense. But I'm a gamer, bro. I'm not used to buying a game and paying to progress, bro. I rather grind. They're like, nah, you broke. Get your money up. I'm like,
imagine.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, this gonna be an issue, because that was the time when I was actually in business school studying. And I saw it a mile away. What we are experiencing today, that's a bar, by the way, Jay. I just want to put this out there. But
where's the Don DeMarco? Don DeMarco.
But I saw it years ago, and I was warning people back then. I was telling y'all, do not buy the VC for these bills. It's going to get worse and worse and worse, because that's how companies move. They put something out there, very small quantities, and see how much you bite. It's all about profit margins at the end of the day. I cannot blame 2K for doing what they're doing. I gotta be 100. I cannot blame them, because they are doing what their market says they can do, what their market is allowing them to do. That's what so they got people there looking at the numbers, crunching numbers, and saying, okay, so we could probably squeeze a little bit more out of them every single year in these different areas. And we continue to facilitate it. So I cannot blame the business for doing what businesses do. I cannot blame them at all. So I refuse to blame 2K. I'm looking at the people in the community, and people telling me in my comment section, bro, get your money up.
I ain't with none of that.
Get your money up. I'm like, bro, I am making money off of 2K. You telling me get my money up.
Yeah.
Like
And that's the
2K to
thing
build
when
my house, bro. Like get my money up. What are you talking about? It's not about that. It's about how you could protect yourself as a consumer. I'm trying to tell y'all how to protect yourself as a consumer, and you tell me get my money up. All right, it is what it is. Now I'm not gonna buy any of these seasons. I'm not buying any at all.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
All right, I refuse to buy seasons. I'm sorry. I just can't bring myself to doing it at all. It seemed like a finesse. People are saying, "Yeah, but you get your money back." But it's you basically buying VC that you wouldn't have bought. So it's you,
Correct.
and not only that, they're making you spend cash money. In other games, they're allowing you to buy it with in-game
Earn it.
currency. So if you buy it once, the currency you earn throughout completing the seasons, you could continue to buy the next season and the next season until the next game, and it transfers. That does not
Right.
happen with 2K. It's all about getting real money out of your pocket for in-game currency.
Right.
That's big facts.
Now,
Big facts. You laid it down.
I don't care. Who want to buy it, gonna buy it. The company is gonna continue to profit off of us because that's the community we are a part of, and that's the truth.
Yeah,
So
what happens to
it's-
2K though? What happens to 2K 5 years, 10 years from now?
Right? It is what it is. It
Because
is
it's,
what it
it's
is.
invading gameplay.
That's
Like
where
this
it's going.
business is invading
I think the
gameplay.
whole microtransaction thing messing with gameplay. I hate the fact that Boost is in the game and Gatorade.
Yep.
I hate those two more than anything else.
Right.
Because
What they
that
call it?
really affects your gameplay. Because I've been playing with all Boost a while now, and you know, Jay, bro, I don't even want to take some shots
the-
sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
pay the dribble. Pay the dribble.
for real. Like, for real. Like, Boost and Gatorade drastically affected. I don't see anybody talking about that. People just go spend it
Right.
and play at a loss each game. That's why I don't play Park. Because if you buy Boost
Yeah.
and Gatorade and play Park, you're playing at a huge loss. That's not how it used to be. You used to be able to buy Boost
Correct.
and Gatorade and play Park and still get a profit, so you could buy more Boost and Gatorade at a profit and still be able to
Right.
create a bill. But they made it to the point where you're playing at a loss if you play
Yeah.
Park. That's why I don't play Park. People act like I don't like Park. It's not about not liking Park, but I just can't bring myself to playing at a loss.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great. And the crazy thing is, when we back in the day, like we said in 2K16, when if they would have called me broke in 2K16, they would have been right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm super broken. But I used to play the game. I never would buy anything, even 16 and 17. I wasn't buying any VC. I just go and grind it out real quick and then do it. And I ask people all the time, what, like once 18, when I started getting some traction as a content creator, I would always ask people, okay, I know why I am rushing to get to the park and play. What is your rush? Why do you want to
I
get
agree.
there so badly, so quickly? There's no reason for you to go out there and get your head cracked and have that 20 win percent. You could learn how to play the game, learn your jump shot, learn everything about the game. Then you go out there, you're better equipped. But as it stands, you go out there, you pay the money, you're ill-equipped to create a bill or even create a jump shot or really do anything. You go out there selling, and then you go selling. Oh, it must be the bill. Then you go make another bill,
Okay.
and it's just
Just
like
like that.
it's like a
Hold up.
downward spiral.
And you said something really that a lot of people miss. Honestly, how long you been playing that game? And to get to
2K?
67. No, to get to
Oh,
60.
67?
Yeah.
Since the release.
By now we would have maxed out our bills.
Yeah.
Oh, of
We
course.
definitely
Last
were.
year,
Yeah.
my joint would have been maxed. Yeah,
Okay.
last year.
By now,
No, we're saying it's 16 from
16 and 17. By now, we would have maxed out our bills without paying any
Without
VC.
paying, yeah.
Anything.
So they made the
Anything.
grind damn near like you're gonna have
Yeah.
to literally know life it to get to that 99.
You
Whereas
said it.
Right.
usually it would take me like a week and my bill will be good to go out there and compete without buying VC. So
Right.
they made
A
it.
day, bro. A day.
That's
I
all-
remember 2K16
Come on, bro.
going to the park. I saw what the competition was like. I said, oh, hell no. U-turn. Went back, spent the rest of the night grinding to 99, came back the next day, came back outside with a 99.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
16.
So it didn't take very long back then, but now, like you said, it takes. You probably will be the GOAT with 7 championships before you're ready to come out there and play with us. Can you? Whoa! I didn't even think about that. We thought that my career adding all this stuff was really. You can't be the GOAT. Are you gonna have time to win 7 championships if you're
Tell me
60
about
overall
it.
most of the time?
Tell
So
me
now
about
it's like you gotta buy VC just to play my career. They found a way to monetize
Nah, he could win.
my
He
career.
could win. He got just
Is he gonna have?
he got to play
How
as a
many
point guard and pass the rock. He ain't gonna score nothing.
I'm just thinking like how
pass the
you gonna
rock
be the
or go as
GOAT?
a center, and I mean,
But well, I mean, it'll take you 4 seasons. They say roughly 4 to 5 seasons to max your guy out. So you have time to be the GOAT. But
45
you know,
to
if you
max a guy out. Jesus.
yes,
Well,
4
plus
to 5. Yeah.
I'm trying to play the street ball, side
Yeah,
quest.
that might be
Oh,
the
that'll
best
help a
route.
lot. Yeah, that'll
That
help
might
a
be the
lot.
best
Yeah,
route.
you would think, right?
That might.
I'm getting spanked. When I say, I'm getting spanked. At first, I beat that disco dude with the little
Oh,
slasher crazy
yeah.
dude. So I
You
said,
probably ain't gonna never beat 5-0. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
but the next game, and it's on the easy tier. So there's like 3 tiers.
Yeah.
I'm on the easy tier, scoring 4 points. They're spanking me by 20 points, and I'm like, yo, of course I can't even compete. So now I gotta go back my career, grind that out, so I'm able to compete in that. Just to kind of tell you where we're headed with this, like no
I
money
salute
spent.
you.
They really like force it down your throat.
Yeah.
Pause.
Right.
They force it down to say, hey, you either want to keep losing, but if you want to do this, you're gonna have to pay, Brody.
Yeah, I
Right.
salute you on that. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to
and
you.
you can't even get enough get enough runs in the game, enough on court time in order to get your VC up to a respectable level in order to earn like that's
Can I add
insane.
one more thing that I noticed that the homie, the IGN review pointed this out. I find myself in a dilemma where, because like you had mentioned, like we had talked about earlier with the 2K sneakers, on looking cool or getting my player up to par. Now, primarily on 2K games, you get I come out, I get my tattoos, I get the clothes, and I never thought about it for years. I just go out and you look fresh in a whole sausage party.
Right.
Pause. But I'm at this dilemma now where it's just like, damn, I can't look cool and upgrade my player as well.
And that
So,
should
of course,
never
I'd
be the
rather upgrade.
conversation. It should never be cosmetic versus being performance. It should never be. Performance should never be part of the equation at all.
Right.
But that's the problem. I don't have, like, they could charge whatever they want for tattoos, for clothes, for shoes. I don't care about none of that, to be honest with you. They could charge whatever. That should be okay. If you want to look good, you pay for it. All right, cool. But as far as the performance of your player, that's where I have an issue now. That's when it's paid to win.
And it's crazy because they're operating in an inelastic market because they have absolutely zero competition. And if they do have competition, like NBA Playgrounds, what they do, buy it. And then pretty much shut it down or let them release every 2 years or let their release be overshadowed by, oh yeah, y'all can release in December at the peak of 2K season. You don't get to release in June or July when 2K is dwindling down and people are looking for something. No. Y'all can release in December or January at the peak of 2K. So, buy it, squash it, and continue to move on. And it's
true business.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, as you said, it is a very shrewd business practice. I mean, that's how I would do it if I
That's what folks don't understand. We're not hating. Like, I don't think any of us are hating on their business practices. We hate that we're the consumer within these business practices, but business, they're top dogs. They're doing what they're supposed to do. 100%. Any business that you purchase from is probably doing the same thing. For you purchase where you purchase your couch, they're probably doing the same thing, or at least trying to do what 2K is successful at.
100%.
If they can monetize couch hours or hours that I sat in the chair, we're gonna give you this chair. We're gonna give you this chair, right? But get the pillow right here. It's an upgrade, and then the lumbar support, that's going to be an upgrade. That's about all they can do. And then if you want your chair to be more comfortable for 400 hours as opposed to 200, you got to keep paying. Yeah. They would do it if they could, but they just don't have a way.
You can't blame them. Yeah. So with all that being said, man, this is how I want y'all to close off, right? I want to know how y'all rate NBA 2K24. We're going to start off with Jay with this one.
Yes, please.
Friday, I was giving it a 10.5 outside of the predatory VC practice. It was great. Saturday it was good.
And I want you to consider everything. No, outside. Everything.
No. Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. So Saturday, Sunday, it was all good. Monday, we're back to it being normal now. I feel like they flipped the switch on Monday, and it might have been unintentional. Tuesday or Monday and Tuesday, they flipped it back yesterday. Whatever it was, they flipped it back yesterday. And we're fine. We're back to moving like we were.
I agree.
All of that good stuff. The gameplay itself, I would give it I give it the gameplay like a 9, 8.5, 9. It's really good gameplay, but I got to give the game overall like a 6 because you're not just gonna reach in my pockets and I'm gonna be cool with it. No, you're not gonna reach in my pockets and tell me that you're reaching in my pockets and being like you're not gonna do anything about it. So we're gonna keep doing it and then think that I'm just gonna be cool with it. I can't do this. So I'm gonna give it a 6. Very good gameplay, but the predatory VC practices, I can't get by that. And I think City's last thing City said something about it the other day. Or he quoted the Jack Bill where yes, the initial VC to get you to 85 is lower, but I don't know what the whole thing is going to be to get you to 99 if that overall thing is lower. Because if it's still in the 450 range, then their marketing team is brilliant because they said no matter what you do, people only look at the very first initial VC that they spend to get to 85, and that's been around 140 to 180. As opposed to last year where it's like 320 and then it might have been 180, but if it's 320 to get to 99, then we still have the same issue.
The only thing that set off our City alarm was that before we used to be able to pay for the 85, right? And then as you grind, you get enough VC to max it out.
Correct.
But recently, that's not how it is. So that's kind of for last year. Yeah, when you did that video, also I was like, yeah, everybody noticed something is different for real. For real. All right, Austin. Can't get away from it, man. Let's see how we get from someone who is grinding from a 60.
Now, you might be surprised in my answer here. There's going no money spent, and I wanted to, one of my biggest issues last year is that I paid so much money and I just didn't have no fun. So that was like my biggest complaint. It was like if there was entertainment there, I could put value on that. But my overarching experience was that, damn, I was frustrated more than I had fun. So this year I decided no money spent, and I don't want to be long-winded here, but I decided no money spent, and my goal is to find fun, right? So that's what I'm going to gauge my experience for 2K24 so far on. Am I having fun? And what I come to find out is that, one, I'm losing track of time, which that's a good thing while I'm on the game. Hours are passing. That's a plus. So I got to keep it a buck here as much as I really don't want to because of these predatory business tactics from 2K.
Yeah.
In regards to no money spent, can you have fun going no money spent? The fact is, I'm having fun out there. I'm at a 67 overall. My players playing at a way higher it's surpassing my expectation of what a 67 should be doing out there. I'm hitting threes. I'm getting alley-oops. I'm getting dunks on people. I got tons of clips, things that are not supposed to be happening with a 67 overall. Most probably, but I'm running with a good team. So that's the difference. That's an X factor as well. So if I was to rate 2K24 solely based off my experience, factoring everything in and factoring the future of 2K's predatory business tactics and what is the impact is going to have on 2K, I would have to rate it something like, to be fair, a 7.5 is my experience right now. Okay. I say a 7.5 is a fair experience because I am enjoying myself.
That's generous, man. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question though with the rebuttal to what you said there?
Yeah.
I want to know because this is a question that I've always had. We all see 60s, 67s, and 70 overalls coming to the park going crazy, doing things that we feel like that they shouldn't be able to do. I've always had a theory on that though. The reason I've always had a theory on that is, do you think that 2K wants you to say, dang, if my player's doing this at 70, imagine if I put some money into the game and get him to 90. And then it feels like he just goes straight to pot. Everybody feels like that. Like, dang, I was doing good until I put the VC on this guy. Now, what happened?
Only veterans know. Only veterans know, bro.
Conspiracy J in the building.
We must all go through it because the veterans know. We've been through this process. At 75, you bring your player out, or maybe 85, you bring your player out. From 85 to 99, you look back. If you recorded your gameplay, reviewed your gameplay, you're like, hold on, homie, I was doing that at 85, B. So why? So I'm with you on that. There is a conspiracy side of me.
This is not from Brute. Let the record reflect. This is from Jan City.
He said, let the record reflect. Oh, man.
Man.
You know.
For me, I'm going to have to, because I ain't playing nothing else outside of the my career section, of course, which I show same with both of y'all, right? I'm really enjoying my career.
Nice.
I am really enjoying my career. Unfortunately, as soon as I go to the rec, because of the stability issues with the shooting and all that stuff, that took a toll on my experience, right? I'm now starting to get it back. I think they fixed it after a lot of people was complaining. I think they went back and fixed something. Trust me.
They turned that knob and they turned it back.
Yesterday we were streaming, everybody was hitting shots. The day before, nobody was hitting shots. For real. Like,
moving slow, sluggish. And you remember we couldn't get no bumps on nobody, and like it felt terrible.
So I'll go with around a 7. Around a 7. Because I'm really enjoying my career is back again. I've been asking for that for a while now. I'm a my career head. A lot of people think whatever. I'm a my career head. I love my career. Now we got purpose to play my career, right? That's all I've been asking for. I do enjoy the street parks as well. Park play, it's park. It is what it is. Ain't nothing new or amazing about it. The rec is decent, but unfortunately, because of what they did with that and the VC and season, I'm still gonna have to take some points for those. I'm sorry. I just, although it's good business practice on their end, I still hate that it's pay to win because I play without boost and Gatorade, right? And for me to shoot consistent, I have to buy shooting boosts. I hate that. Yeah. All right. So because it's paid to win, I cannot, and I think 7 is being too generous. I'm gonna drop it to a 6 now when I just think about it for the pay to win factor. I'm sorry. If I think about it more, I might drop it to a 5 because I hate that aspect of the game. I think it's taken away a lot from the game itself. To be honest with you, I hate the fact that boost and Gatorade, if they remove that, I wouldn't have any problem with all the extra purchases in the game. I would not have any problems. But that boost and Gatorade really, I hate it for real. So I will give it a 5.5.
Oh,
based on that boost and Gatorade.
Tough score. So we got 5.5, 6, and 7.5, right?
Right.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So any final thoughts? We about to close it out, man. What you gotta say, Jay?
If it wasn't for the drop you off community mentality and hyper competitive, even when I'm super trash, a lot of the pay to win.
Wait, pause. What did you say? Even when I always say that again.
Even when they're super trash, they still want to come drop you off and play to all that. None of the boost and Gatorade will be an issue because it will be okay to I could play people to the highest of my ability. They in 16 and 17. Oh, you need those things to beat me? No, I'm playing to the highest of my ability already. I don't need gameplay enhancers. But then the drop you off community came on, flagship by those guys that came up by beating certain people. Everybody feels like they're a content creator now. Everybody wants to be. They beat you. They come into your chat. Hey, we just beat you guys. Go. You click on that thing. They got at least one stream and a couple of videos, and you hadn't put in the work that I put in. So obviously, you're not going to get the results that I've gotten. Mileage may vary. So if it wasn't for that, I think that the whole pay to win aspect wouldn't even be an issue. But everybody wants to beat somebody. They think that, like what Ric Flair used to say, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. It doesn't work like that in this. You got to beat the man, but you got to beat him in work ethic. You got to come out here and do this thing for 15 years or 10 years or 5 years or what have you. See, that's what they say. They don't understand you beat me, but you'll never take my spot because you haven't been here as long as I have been. And so if they will understand that and realize that you have to get your fan base, get all these things, behind you and put a foothold in the community first, then I think the pay to win aspect wouldn't even be a problem because people will understand by beating him, I'm not gaining anything. So not only am I not going to worry about beating him, I'm not even going to play him because I don't get anything from it. I see you over there. I see you doing your thing. Salute to you, my G. I'm going to go play on these courts over here. If it was like that, I think we'd be a whole lot better place. But, coming to the park and I'm dropping your ass salt. That's what they and I'm going to get 100K video because of that.
Not really. But all right, City, what are your last thoughts?
All right, man. So to piggyback off of what Jay was just saying, I want you guys to realize that we are just 5 years. The community has seemed to shift heavily. We are only about 5 years into this process of absolutely needing, and the good majority of players needing to buy boosts. It's frowned upon if you don't have boosts currently,
Yes.
right? So we only 5 years into this process, where in 2K18 it used to be frowned upon
If you
to
have it.
have boosts.
you
We used
have
to
it.
clown them boys. Oh, you boosted up. It was a
Yes.
noticeable difference in your
Facts.
gameplay.
Facts.
You boosted up, homie. Get up out of here, because they come into your stream and they dropped you up. You boosted, bro. We was talking about it. It's all
Facts.
good. Either way, that's what you got to do to win. So now we're 5 years into this process. I just want us to be aware. That's all. Just be aware, because if this is what happens in 5 years, imagine what happens in 10. If you're talking about getting your money up, you're going to be the same homie who gets your car repossessed, God forbid, who's maybe, thinking about your home, going into foreclosure. We got to prioritize things properly is what I'm trying to get at here. And we shouldn't be paying this much for entertainment. Those are my closing thoughts on 2K.
Appreciate it, yo, man. I can't say it better myself, man. Job well done. All right, so we're going to close it off, man. All feedbacks are welcome, and make sure to follow everybody. Links in the description, man. One of many NBA 2K crossover, man. All right, so have a blessed one. Be safe
Easy,
out
y'all.
there. Peace.
Easy.